Info Hub. In our headlines, new strategies to combat filaria. Guyana Forestry Commission boosted with Norway funding. Sand Creek Secondary School building to get remedial works, and the 2018 Commonwealth Games baton is in Guyana. These stories and more when we return. Daddy! Thanks for staying with us. We start this evening with news that the Ministry of Public Health is using new strategies to combat filaria, also known as Bigfoot. Delicia Haynes has more.
As part of a national exercise called the Mass Drug Administration, or MDA, the Public Health Ministry's Vector Control Services is working to eliminate lymphatic filariasis.
There are quite a few new strategies. One of the strategies that is very new to Guyana, but not to many other countries, is the Mass Drug Administration in schools. We chose schools, workplaces, and other public places because this is where most persons spend most of their time when they're out of the houses.
Previously, this exercise was done on a house-to-house basis. The campaign started in 2001, and in 2009, the MDA was executed in Regions 2, 5, and 6. This year, Regions 3, 4, 5, and 10 are on the cards. These regions have been identified since high numbers of persons have been diagnosed with the filaria worm.
Next year, we will see the addition of another region, and in the following years, you'll see consecutive additions of other regions.
The exercise will be conducted in October. For Info Hub, Delicia Haynes.
Tiffany Rodius now reports that the Guyana Forestry Commission has received funding from Norway.
The first tranche of the U.S. $6.63 million funding has been released through Conservation International for the GFC to continue with the implementation of the second phase of the Guyana Red Plus monitoring and verification system.
In implementing the MRV, I think to summarize it effectively, it will be moving from just being a data source to being an information source. That is what we hope the second phase will be. So we're not only giving out data in terms of percentages and numbers and statistics, but we'll be translating this to information, and hopefully information that can help to fuel decision making.
The MRVS is the single largest project undertaken by the GFC and will be funded until 2020. Pradeepa Bolanath said the key challenge to implementing this new phase of the MRVS is time.
That has been one of the challenges that plagued us in the first phase, which we have to overcome in this phase.
Guyana has maintained its leadership internationally under the Red Plus initiative to keep carbon emissions low through forest conservation.
We are very happy with the way in which this process is managed.
Guyana's MRVS dates back to 1990 and tracks changes in the forest cover. The agreement between Guyana and Norway began formally in 2009. For Info Hub, Tiffany Rogers.
President David Granger took the Queen's baton on a spin through Georgetown streets this morning to promote the 2018 Commonwealth Games. Crystal Stahl tells us more.
The Guyana leg started with President David Granger and was relayed to Prime Minister Moses Nagamutu, Guyana's lone Olympic medalist Michael Paris, and other officials. Minister Ali Cock completed the leg by handing the baton to students at the Green Acres Primary School.
To have the children included in this event is one of the most interesting things that could happen at this time, especially in the development of Guyana. Youths being the persons involved in nation building and promoting our country, and hopefully we would be playing a greater role in the Olympics in the future.
Guyana's lone Olympic medalists share the same sentiments.
It was nice, I like this there. This happened every, thing. Give the youth some encouragement, taking along the back. So we got some school training for it, and that was good.
The journey of the baton began in London and made its way to Guyana after passing through 37 Commonwealth countries. Tomorrow, the baton will be flown to Kaitro Falls, then taken to Surama and Anai before departing Guyana. Crystal Stoll for InfoHub.
Sand Creek Secondary, which was built in 2012, had shoddy construction. Minister Sidney Alicock visited and will push for it to be corrected. Here's Tiffany again.
Minister Sidney Alicock said he was disappointed that efforts to fix infrastructural defects at the Sand Creek Secondary School were not properly undertaken.
As I understood it, we were supposed to have this under control already. After the K2 experience, we were hoping that we could have been able to rectify this condition of the school here, while it's beautifully designed, the actual material and the quality of work is not to the best for an institution such as this.
The minister indicated his intention to apply for emergency intervention at Tuesday's cabinet meeting.
My assessment is that this is an emergency because the building has not been, while some remedial work was done, we still have, we've seen the cracks opening again.
The intervention is also expected to address the unhygienic condition of the school's compound, which is overrun with animal manure. The previous fence was removed, but the groundskeeper told the minister he is not sure why. More than 200 students from South Rupununi attend the Sand Creek Secondary School, and Minister Alicock said he would like to see the situation rectified before school reopens in September. Minister Alicock added he would like to see more regional persons getting contracts to avoid such substandard work.
We need to give our people within the regions more of these contracts because they know the terrain, they understand the makeup of the soils, and would be able to be directed by that through the cooperation of the communities.
The Sand Creek Secondary School was commissioned under the previous administration and was officially opened in 2012. For InfoHub, Tiffany Rogers.
Like all of us, Minister David Paterson is a disappointed, frustrated, and vexed man when it comes to those recent blackouts we've been experiencing. He is now using the period of parliamentary recess to personally intervene to find solutions. The minister said he understands the frustration of citizens. He explained that GPL is plagued with a deteriorated transmission and distribution line and other issues.
It is very, very frustrating to me. Extremely frustrating. Very vexing to me, I must admit. But as I said, I met with the staff. They have explained to me the certain little issues that they would have, that manpower, equipment, and those things like that has been ordered and that are coming in not as quickly as they should. So as I said, I'm going to meet with them and the board. I'm meeting with the board later on in the week and ensure that they are equipped as fully as possible to address these issues.
Minister Paterson explained that GPL is currently financially stable and monies must be invested to enhance the service provided so that issues such as tree trimming and burnt generators will not affect distribution in the ways they have recently, including last night.
We'll be dedicating most of the time during this recess, to addressing the issues, the non-technical issues at GPL, including visiting all the areas, all the power stations and those things like that, and hearing firsthand what's needed to be done, and seeing what interventions I can make.
The Public Infrastructure Minister emphasized that he will personally oversee intensified efforts to correct the long-standing problems faced by the power company in providing stable electricity to citizens. Up next, Zanil Williams tells us that hinterland communities will benefit from a $2.5 million grant for the maintenance of sports grounds.
The 5 hinterland communities are Kaikan, Chinawing, Philippi, Kako, and Ramadang. Minister of Education Nicolette Henry announced the donation during the opening of the Upper Mazaruni District Games 2017 last Sunday in Cameron.
In order to maintain your grounds, we're contributing in the form of a grant 500,000 Guyana dollars to each of the communities here. We believe that through sport, a lot of our young people can benefit from very valuable qualities such as team spirit, such as healthy competition.
The Ground Enhancement Project, established in 2015, is aimed at ensuring that sports facilities across Guyana are maintained at a high standard. InfoHub spoke to a Warramadong athlete.
I feel it's a really good thing that the ministry have done for, actually each club. And what we're going to do is try our best as a team, as a club, so that we could try to see how best we could upgrade our grounds so that games coming up, we'll have proper things in place.
Minister Henry reiterated the government's commitment towards the development of Guyanese youths through sport, culture, and education.
The ministry and the government of Guyana will continue to work towards the development of its young people through various forms, particularly through the areas of education, culture, and sport.
Zanil Williams for InfoHub.
Parliament is on a recess, but Youth Parliament is in session. Leaders were appointed ahead of a sit-in on Thursday. Crystal Stall has more.
40 secondary school students from across 9 administrative regions have been nominated to serve as Prime Minister, Leader of the Opposition, Speaker, and members for their Junior National Assembly sitting. Nia Williams, who was elected Prime Minister, will lead government side of the House. She is confident that she will lead her team in a successful debate on the motions before the House.
What I intend to do is basically take my team into victory. I have a limited amount of experience in debating in actual competition, but what I hope to achieve is to actually be able to bring forth my points and show people that you don't necessarily need experience, and sometimes a natural talent and a bit of hard work can take you into victory.
The aspiring lawyer will be going up against elected opposition leader Zoe Sills. She is expecting strong competition at Thursday's sitting.
I'm expecting a very strong battle from the government, but I am fully prepared to do my best to take my team to the end of the debate.
Presiding over the House as Speaker will be aspiring preacher Tyrese Johnson.
I think that we are all debaters and we are capable of speaking, and I think that all of us have the ability to show that we are passionate about debating, and we can bring out valid points to show certain issues, certain opinions about what is on our mind.
At today's session, the participants also learned about the rules of the National Assembly and how to conduct themselves. They were also mentored by members of Parliament. This is the 3rd annual Youth Parliament hosted by the Parliament Office. Crystal Stull for InfoHub.
The Guyana Civil Aviation Authority has launched an investigation to ascertain the circumstances leading to the crash of a single-engine aircraft shortly after takeoff at the Iterengbang airstrip in Region 7, Cayuni, Mazaruni. The accident occurred at approximately 11 hours today. Preliminary reports indicate that the plane was on a shuttling mission from Iterengbang to Ikeraku when the incident occurred. The pilot suffered minor injuries. Officials from the Accident and Investigation Group, supported by a team from GCAA, are at the crash site conducting investigations. Thanks for watching. Connect with us 24/7 on our website and social media. Goodbye.